Yeah, we've had 3 open tournaments now, and I think we've gotten a little bit better in each one. So that's kind of what we want is to see that continuum improvement, and so that's what we're looking for this weekend as well.
How about some wrestlers that are stepping up? Do you see some wrestlers coming forward a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. We had a couple champs at the Cobber Open, a couple young guys, Shadi Wally and Oscar Nellis. We had a runner-up, I think, in Nathan Baca, a freshman. So I've been encouraged by some of our young guys on the team. Have been wrestling really well for us.
Were you going into that expecting that kind of performance from all 3 of those guys? I mean, winning 2 and then second being right there.
Yeah, you just don't know what the brackets are going to look like heading into a tournament like that. But I expect all those guys to be competitive, and it's always good when you see some freshmen, especially, really wrestling well, and so overall, it was a pretty positive day.
How about this weekend? What kind of competition will you see down there?
I think probably similar. I'm not 100% sure on who's all going to be there. We haven't gone to this tournament the past few years, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of conference opponents again. We'll see Moorhead and Mary, and other than that, I'm not sure who's all going to be there.
So if it is going to be similar expectation, do you demand? Ranging for 8 place winners or so?
Yeah, really, it just depends how big these brackets are. It's hard to say. I just really am looking more for improving. I want each of our guys to show improvement, and I want to see some of the things that we're working on in the practice room. I want to see them actually utilizing those things out in competition.
What really made the difference for Oscar and Shadi to win their final matches in these tournaments?
Well, for Oscar, he lost to Dean first round, and then Dean ended up taking a couple of losses, and and I challenged Oscar after that match and just said, you've got to show that you can bounce back and start your day over and wrestle a complete tournament, and he did, and ended up coming out on top since it was a round robin. So. And then Shadi, again, he just wrestled hard the whole time. And that's what it takes to win an open tournament. You got to be able to wrestle a complete day and compete well throughout the day and get better throughout the day, because that's what you've got to be able to do if you want to be a national qualifier, if you want to be an All-American, and so that's why these open tournaments are such good practice.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's all-day grind when it's in an open structure. How is that different to prepare mentally for just one shot out there during a dual event versus having to keep on going?
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the dynamic part of the sport, is that those are 2 completely different, competitions, and it is a little bit different mentally. What you try and do is you want to treat every match the same, and you want to wrestle your best match every time out. When it's a dual meet, you only get one shot that night. When it's a tournament, you can take a loss and you can come back and keep fighting through it. So.
How well did those guys just learn from the first bump that they had at this open in order to recover and just correct mistakes quickly?
Well, I think they just, you got to take, in a tournament, you take every match, take what you can learn from it, and then you put it behind you and you start over. And that's what they were able to do, is treat every match like it was the most important match of the day, and they wrestled probably better their last match of the day than they did their first match. So, but yeah, those guys did a good job of just staying focused and staying the course and wrestling, each match.
You mentioned conditioning after the Mary duel, but does you feel that's improved with the team?
That's one thing we've been working on. I think it improved last weekend, and I definitely expect to see us using that to our advantage this weekend. I think we've moved past that. So.
Evan, what about, you talk about not necessarily looking at place when you go into an open tournament like that, and you're talking about improvement. Give me an example of some improvements that
Sure.
you were looking for.
Yeah, the conditioning was one thing, and we were just getting beat in the hand fight. And so we've done a lot of hard hand fighting and working on really being physical in the ties. One thing we've always preached is that we want to be aggressive in the last, at the end of periods. And so we've been working in the room a lot on when we say 20 seconds left, we got to see some urgency. The first takedown of the match is important. And so if we're giving that up, we have to see some urgency kick in and got to go get that next score. So those are some of the things just strategy-wise that we've been working on. And then we've been working on our defense a lot, and I think our guys are pretty good at counterattacking when our opponent attacks us, blocking and counterattacking, but we're not using it. Not seeing it on the mat. So those are some of the things we're looking for out of the guys this weekend.